the clerk of the county.
Working with the Glen with a development project that didn't work out, and under that project, we would have actually joined.
But if you get in the houses,
because there's one extension across, pretty much here.
What comes, our mission in the stage one is to get down to preferred alternative, to come up with one our recommendation may not be to build it all at once because I don't think anybody has that much money to do that, frankly. So it's going to probably, I think we're going to do this.
Elliott Stone Cipher, ELLIOTTSTONECIPHER.
So you admit that these kind of people walk up to you with problems about this?
Yes, yeah, we have not found anybody here yet who is happy with this format. A lot of people came to the meeting after having looked at the plans, the route plans. They thought they were going to be able to ask questions of the officials in charge, and everybody is very disappointed that they're not going to be able to. No one knew that this is the way this is going to be set up, so it's very disappointing.
So you think it's just a lack of transparency?
It is completely a lack of transparency. It's a new low in transparency, and we thought we had seen all of those in the process of 3132. This is something none of us ever expected to see.
Okay, obviously you weren't playing behind most of this, so you went forward.
Well,
so what do you want people to do?
I'm finished 3132 coalition, so we've been very, very concerned about this project from the beginning. Tonight does not help.
So, I mean, I'm trying to get this word as fair and balanced as possible. So what do you want people to do about your side of options?
Well, the coalition has worked for a year to make very, very sure that the mistakes that have already been made are fixed. That is what this stage zero was supposedly for. This is going to fix nothing. So this sets us back even further. That is the responsibility of NLCOG. It's the responsibility of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. And they need to understand that people who came here tonight were not fooled. There has to be a reason they don't want to answer questions.
No matter what
Not this way. You are only purchasing dirt, unimproved dirt.
right here,
If you come this way, if you come north of Tim Larkin's Bridge,
we'll be purchasing this way.
if you come this way, you are definitely hurting the market value of all the people on the western edge of 12 hours.
Only place we're impacting, maybe these 4 houses here.
Okay, Jacob, I'm just trying to tell you, just so you know. The people
Well, I
who
don't
live
understand.
here,
I don't understand.
the
if
people
this is
who
already
live
on
here,
the other side of the bayou. This is already on the side of the bayou here.
I'm talking about right
How are we
here.
going to impact all of these?
No. Well, I think you will, but we don't know how far south you're going to. The point is, do you want to own one of these houses when the only thing you can see is a sound barrier?
That's not.
Now, just hold that thought. If you can do one that endangers no one's existing home, why wouldn't you draw that route?
How would you get away from endangering those people? You say nobody.
Because this turns this way.
You cannot. This has to connect across.
I know that.
So
I understand
this
perfectly.
Right here is going to remain. No
No,
matter if it came straight down,
Okay.
it would taper further down.
it remains, but you can turn this as if it's on an axis and come straight through here. Let me stop beating around the bush.
This would also
If you
limit-
do this,
would add limit.
Tim Larkin is the only person who has to do anything, and all he has to do is the state has to pay for his dirt. You're going to hurt a lot of people here, and I just wanted to be sure I made that point.
These are the 4 houses.
Because I need to be sure that
these 4 houses.
the record shows that I told you that we know that that's the route that has been dropped from consideration.
What are you anticipating?
I said dropped from consideration.
They all do this. Every single
This,
route. This route.
the route I'm talking about exists. The one that I'm describing exists, and it didn't make it to the stage zero. Christy, it exists. We know who drew it. We know we paid them to draw it, and it has disappeared.
Was it included in the stage
Jacob,
zero?
y'all did it.
Where's the mystery, Jacob? You got to answer that mystery question that been posed?
We have routes that are shown today, and this is still a draft. So that's my final answer. This is still a draft. Nothing has been published. Nothing is finalized. This is a draft, the report's draft. This is public comment that is optional. And this is why we're having it, to get engaged in the community. And this is why we have this meeting.
But there's nothing missing from this. Since I'm Tim Larkin, I just wanted to mention there's nothing missing here.
These sound law is to be considered, as stated in the draft report.
I see.
And these 4 houses will be impacted no matter which way you go. Because this off-ramp coming here is toward the back of their property line. The city owns this lot is the reason why you would buy less property by coming out here. And also the top bank is already a higher elevation. As everyone knows, the small banks of every channel is a higher elevation. It may drop off. It's less impact. It's less cost. It's less impact. And we did it for that reason. It's not to appease Tim Larkin. It's not to appease 3132. That's not in our scope. Our scope is to do the best engineering job possible and give y'all a feasible route. This is a feasible route.
Jacob, I think that's something that you need to, at some point, probably put in writing. Because obviously it's in the report. Because obviously that's a point that Mr. Stonecipher and some others may attempt to make. And it needs to be known that is essentially a specious argument that he's making that has no basis in reality.
These routes were reviewed by DOTD. Still a draft.
Good. Well, I didn't know that.
Any other questions? I certainly appreciate y'all coming out. Any other questions?